What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cosmic Nigel, and today we're going to be reacting to JJK fans are a different breed. Now, this video is mainly going to be talking about how illiterate the fans of JJK are and in the JJK community as a whole. And I'm not gonna lie, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I've heard some of the wildest, craziest, dumbest takes out of every other fandom. It beats Dragon Ball, it beats One Piece, it beats Naruto. JJK stands on the top of community illiteracy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Community illiteracy, because it's just like the manga, the show can tell you that one thing happened or one thing is this way, and JJK fans will take that, will take some rando that misinterpreted something and just run with it. There are people still, in case you don't know, there was a nefarious translator called John Weary, and the whole community clowns him because his translations were so they were so off, they were so wrong, they were misleading. They weren't explaining things the correct way that they should. And I think, even though I don't blame him entirely for the lack of illiteracy in the JJK fandom, but he definitely played a part. It didn't help at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop yapping and just go on with the video. If you like the video, if you like my reaction, be sure to check out my channel, comment, like, subscribe, hate me, debate me, I don't care. Pick one.
What the dog doing? There's people that legitimately believe that we need a remake of season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Huh? What?
They're not joking.
Nah.
They're dead serious.
Nah. Oh, it's worse than I thought.
Today we are here to discuss a growing crisis in modern society. No, not inflation, not climate change, worse, literacy. According to recent studies, reading comprehension has dropped significantly in the last decade. People skim, misinterpret, they jump to conclusions after reading three words. And nowhere is this more dangerous than in the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom. Because somehow a series that explains everything twice over, still has people saying the most insane you will ever hear. Hello, so if you remember, about a year ago to this day, I made a video talking about how Jujutsu Kaisen fans can't read. And there was a little bit of hope in me that I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe things have changed. Maybe the temperature of the fandom has changed. Not at all. Not at all.
Hell no.
If anything, it's gotten worse.
No.
And it blows my mind how some of these people are allowed to sign legal documents and drive vehicles.
Low-key, like whenever I see like a really dumbass take, like JJK take or ranking or anything, in my head, even though it isn't all of them, I just think in my head, oh, this a kid. It's a kid, bro. There's no way a functioning human adult would read the same show and have completely different ideas as to how the entire show and manga works as a whole. And I hate it. I'm sorry for any children who are watching this and aren't like this, but I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. I'm not even gonna blame all the children for it, because there's a lot of adults that have those exact same habits. This is to help me cope at the fact that people aren't saying the smartest things on the internet. I'm just yapping, bro.
There has been an absolute insane amount of crazy shit that has happened in this fandom. And it's really like three main things that have popped up. You have elite culture being increased. You have TikTok speed readers, as well as agenda replacing analysis. So at the moment, there's three different types of Jujutsu Kaisen fans. You have agenda readers, where people will only read for feats and hype moments rather than actually trying to understand why they're...
I know I'm already like a minute and a half into the video, but I need to also speak about the agenda warriors. Listen, I think agenda warriors, like pushing certain agendas, can be funny. They can be funny, but it's not funny when people start taking actual jokes like, oh, Megami got killed by a grade 3 curse, and then running with it, thinking that shit is real, and then pushing that narrative and keeping that same illogical dumbass thinking into other parts of the show, pushing them harder because they think they're real. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, you like, it's a joke. It's a joke. That's all it is. Please stop running with it. Megami never got beat by a grade 3 curse. Yuta is not a bum. He is the top 3, top 4, top 5 strongest characters in the show. He's not a fucking bum. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you know what? Like, if it's the jokes, sure, I like the memes, all that cool, but keep it there. Keep it there.
Character is in the manga. Akari fans are like kind of examples of this, but like at least they're funny, right? But then you have these Megami haters, and I've talked repeatedly about how Megami, he's never wanted to be the strongest, and the potential man memes are funny. They're funny. I think they're hilarious, right? But people actually hate his character. People also do the same thing with Yuta. People would say Yuta's a bitch, Yuta's a bum, da da da. Yuta's
literally
a top 5 character in the series. He's literally the strongest character at the end of the series. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? How is Yuta a bum? How is Yuta a bitch? They did the same thing with Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Oh, he's still a bum. He's still a bum. He's not the strongest hero in the world. Why is strength the only thing you people think of? I don't understand.
I swear, niggas are just brick heads. There's nothing inside of there except chiseled brick. Just, oh, strong feet. Oh, you lost this fight. Bum. Oh my god. All right.
This is the type of people that
I'm
usually
stop
had
pausing.
this dialogue with Sukuna. They were to call it boring. They said it was filler. Oh, what's JJK cooking? Oh, this is bullshit. Get back to the fight. I'm not trying to see this bullshit. Brother. You know you gotta read sometimes, right? Like, it's not all about just looking at the pretty action and the blood on screen. Sometimes you gotta think, what's the message here? Do I agree? Do I disagree? Is there a question that's being posed to me? Or am I just gonna be ignorant and say, I only want the action. And listen, I've been called a shonen tar plenty of times. Don't get me wrong, trust me. And because I like shonen, I do. It's one of my favorite things of media, right? So I get it. Sometimes it's cool. You just want to see some good action. But sometimes you gotta use your brain. You gotta use your brain. All them riches, you gotta make sure you activate them. It's hard. I know. Trust me. It's scary sometimes. Sometimes you're not gonna know the answer to something, and that's okay. And then you have these leak gobblers. There's been a TikTok creator, though I'm not gonna mention by name because I don't need that drama, who literally talked about the fact that he only read Jujutsu Kaisen's ending through leaks.
Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, yo. Like, are you serious? You've read and interpreted the entire series through unofficial leaks and unofficial translations of the manga, and then base your entire arguments, your entire understanding of the series around it. It's just like, bro, you're not thinking. Use your brain. Use your brain. Use your brain.
Met people in real life. They're like, oh, you like Jujutsu Kaisen? I'm like, yeah, man, it's my favorite. They're like, yeah, man. You know, I read the ending through TikTok, and I wasn't really a fan of it. I said, you read it through TikTok? What do you mean?
He's like, oh yeah, just people just like sum up. I'm not gonna read all that.
Brother, it's 19 to 18 chapters. Brother, it's 19 to 18 pages a chapter. It's gonna take you maybe 5 minutes. If you actually, really like 3 if you want to like blitz through it. You read it on TikTok? Huh? How did this become a thing? I don't understand. Where did this shit come from? I know people talk about like TikTok attention span, and like as a YouTuber, as a content creator, you gotta cater to different audiences, right? Like you gotta actually, you gotta speed some stuff up. Sometimes they have people that clickbait and all this shit. It's like all those like bullshit clickbait power scaling videos, like, oh, what if Mahito had the 6 size and Scooter's domain, and it gets like millions of views. I understand that to an extent, but like usually it's just like really young kids that click on that. It's a bright, colorful thumbnail. But how do you actually consume a piece of media through a social media app? How? And then you try to act like you actually know what the product is talking about? I don't understand it. I don't get it. We gotta talk about the Gojo should have won discourse.
Don't even get me fucking started, bro. We saw the start and ending of the fight. The literal character y'all are arguing for, saying is stronger, is saying that he's weaker. How the hell are y'all saying Gojo is stronger? I don't get it. Oh my god. Like, yo. All right. I'm gonna let him talk.
There are people actually that think that Gojo's the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, dead ass.
Legitimately think about it. People don't understand that with Gojo, it's not about strength, it's about story function. Gojo is the ceiling, right? As well as Sukuna, but they are not the destination. His death is passing the torch. He's talked about it since like his first time on screen that we actually like see him talk to the higher ups. He's threatening the higher ups. He's like, do not mess with these kids' futures. Do not do it, because I will come after you. He wants to see the new generation rise up, and the last frame that we get of him in the manga is him talking to Yuji saying, I have big things I expect from you. Yeah, you can do this. Don't try to be me. Be the best you that you can be. But people don't get it. People don't understand. Oh, but Gojo should have won, but we didn't see Sukuna actually kill him on screen. Gojo got off screen. These niggas don't know what fucking off screen is, bro. They've never seen an actual off screen. If you want to see some actual off screens, go to like Bleach. Read some recent.
I haven't caught up on Bleach.
You want to see an off screen. Gojo did not get off screen. It did not happen like that. Stop lying to yourself, please. Dude, and I talked about this in a hot takes video, but understand something. What narrative sense would it make to have Ryumen Sukuna be defeated by Satoru Gojo? The first chapter of the manga is called Ryumen Sukuna, and it's about his resurrection and all that other stuff. Right? First person he encounters is Yuji Itadori. Yuji Itadori is the main character of the show. What narrative sense would it be for him to not be defeated by Yuji? That doesn't make any sense. That's like if in like the 1,000-Year Blood War, Renji was the one who defeated Yhwach. And I'm not gonna spoil it what actually happens, but you know what I mean. It doesn't make sense. That'd be like if Sokka in Avatar: Last Airbender defeated Ozai. That doesn't make sense, my nigga. That does not make sense. It doesn't compute. Oh my god, I'm gonna pop a blood vessel. I'm getting hot.
No, I feel you 100%.
I know you have people saying that like Yuji is boring, and some of these takes I really don't understand. They don't hate Yuji, they hate things such as subtle growth, internal conflict, and quiet resolve. But Yuji, people want him to be loud and like a Naruto, like a Luffy. But when his entire arc is about learning how to endure and carry on, it's weird because people will praise Berserk for that and praise Guts for that. When it comes to Yuji in a different medium, they're like, oh well, he's having his many hype moments and like, no, man.
All right. In their defense, though, compared to all the other characters around Yuji for a good majority of the series, he may come off as a little boring, but that's mainly because like he doesn't have his own bag until like the very end of the series. During the final fight, that's when shit starts popping off. He finally uses a curse technique, blood manipulation, huge hype. We never knew. People were predicting, but after we had that specific confirmation, he became much more interesting and compelling because now, even though he is fighting Sukuna, there is an extra layer of strength and hypotheticals for him. And then when he actually unlocks Shrine himself, it's up. I just wish that there were more showings or more presentation of his technique like early on, you know, or maybe I'm just throwing shit out here, like maybe have it unlocked like earlier than Shinjuku. Have something unlocked earlier than Shinjuku, because that way we have more hype riding behind him. He can interpret the soul and hit the boundary in between. Yes, he is a Black Flash merchant. He has the highest likelihood of reaching and hitting a Black Flash, but he didn't have any technique. He just had the 1-2 combo. But that's just me giving them the benefit of the doubt as to why he may not be as compelling as characters like, for example, Choso, Gojo, even Panda, honestly. But like, you know, I'm gonna let it rock.
No. You also have the idea that Shinjuku Showdown is boring. Now, I will say that Shinjuku Showdown, is it a bit long for what it is? A little bit. Just a little bit. I understand where the frustration comes in, but this isn't a tournament arc, right? It's kind of like an ideological siege. You have people, and I've talked about this, breaking Sukuna down slowly, and then to cap this off with him being challenged morally. He got challenged physically by Gojo in his fight, but then Yuji comes in and challenges him morally, and so we see him at the end of the series. He accepts his defeat, and he says, well, you know what, if I actually lost, maybe how I went about life was the wrong way. Maybe I might give this another shot. Sukuna has one of the most beautiful endings for a villain I've seen in the modern day. I know Mappa is going to do an absolutely fantastic job when it gets animated.
Definitely.
But to people that act like, oh, well, it's just the same thing. Somebody comes in, challenges Sukuna, and they almost die. They come in, they almost die. You're not actually thinking about what's happening on screen. They're chipping away at his health bar, man, like a Dark Souls boss. We gotta talk about the Gege is a bad writer discourse, man. Because listen, Gege is not a bad writer. He's not a bad writer. Has there been times that he has not gone into a topic that I want him to? Absolutely, right? The Heian era flashbacks, some stuff, the military arc. There's things, there's lines that I wish he would have gone into. But you got to understand is that there's a separation of disliking decisions and misunderstanding intent. And you can hate a choice and still understand it. I have that sometimes with Gege's writing, with Otis writing a lot of the time. And but a lot of y'all hate Gege's writing because you never understood it in the first place. Some of y'all niggas are dumb, and that's okay. I love you anyway. We really got to talk about the speed versus understanding issue. So going back to what I talked about with this TikTok speed reading thing, you really got a preview of it when the last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen came out. People were like, oh, that's it? Well, JJK's ending's a mess. This shit fucking sucks, right? But people...
I will never forget when the last chapter appeared, and I forgot what that Twitter handle was. Kira ain't say shit about the series ever in their entire post history. But as soon as JJK finishes, now all of a sudden they have some strong opinion about it. All of a sudden they've been caring and have like this take, and they just went with the most talked about take at the time, which was that it wasn't good. Nah, it was rushed and blah 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 blah. And granted, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they watched the show on their own, but I just didn't feel any personality from it. Like they just pushed an opinion that everybody was saying and just moved on. I don't know.
More so want the immediate ratification of their agenda, their power scaling feeds, all this stuff, rather than actually waiting for an understanding, waiting for the whole thing to come out. And yes, sometimes there are mistranslations that happen. I understand that. John Wary is a fucking terrorist. We all know this. Right? I've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah.
But yes, wait for the official product to come out, and hopefully it will clear up some misconceptions that you have. And yes, people use the TCB scans as well, and sometimes, yes, the TCB scans are easier to read. I will give you that. But people will form opinions before actually reading the source material. And if you read JJK in 5 minutes and argue about it for 5 fucking hours on Twitter, that's not analysis. That's propaganda. You're lying. You are straight up lying. And interestingly enough, I reached out to you guys over on community posts, and you all gave me some very interesting points that you have seen regarding their JJK fandom and the fact that some of them are illiterate. A lot of it is Yuta slander. Somebody said that people say, quote, Yuta is a bum and a fraud, is a bush camper, a Rika merchant, didn't do anything in Shinjuku Showdown, and Yuji is far stronger than him.
Like, this is the type of shit that I say, like, this is a child writing this. This is a child typing this comment right here. Like, either this is a troll or this is a child. Nah, I don't think they're serious. They said bush camper. I don't think anybody's complaining about this.
Which we know is factually untrue. Maybe not now. Maybe a modulo, maybe you just might be stronger. Probably, most likely. He's got like 80 years of experience under his belt. So I wouldn't doubt it. Oh my God. Somebody said that as a culmination of the terrible reading comprehension, a lot of the people actually believe that Megami died to a grade 3.
That's what I'm saying! People are actually believing that shit. That's not true. That's not true.
Curse. And people genuinely use that as ammo to slander his character. People actually believe that. Holy
literally
shit. The newest one, people saying that Jin Itadori is a rapist necrophile because he knew that Kaori was dead and decided to have a child with.
Man. Okay.
Her dead body. What? No. Oh my God. They did the same thing with Sukuna. They tried to say that Sukuna was a sexual deviant, even though that he's been shown repeatedly to not be interested in sex. They've literally shown it multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? He literally had a naked woman, a botas naked woman, hop on top of him, and he sat here just like this.
Straight faced. Nothing. That man has not thought about sex probably ever, if we're being so for real. He's more turned on by fighting than anything else, than fighting strong opponents that make him think outside the box. He is more turned on than that than actual women. So, you know, take that as you will. But
literally, in his prime form, he could have been on some crazy shit, but he literally sat there and he killed her. Bro, he's not interested in that. He even says Kenjaku does the grossest thing. That nigga nasty. No. Where did that Sukuna is a rapist agenda come from? Where did that shit come from?
No, I've never heard that one before. That's
Twitter
wicked.
Rage bait. I'm perplexed. No, Gene is not a rapist necrophile. No. more than likely Kenjaku killed his wife, and then he just like, oh well, there's probably something wrong, but I have no idea what this is. I still want to make sure that my child is safe, and then seemingly something happened to him, but we don't know the exact details of it. But no, does that mean no? Like, he doesn't know his wife's dead. He probably thought something happened to her. And Kenjaku has memories of all of his hosts, so no, Kenjaku most likely acted similarly to his wife, or just had a sinister like aura that he couldn't see. I don't know, but no, he's not. We don't know that to be the content of his character.
I will say though, I think what we should have gotten from JJK is that him and Yuji never had like a direct conversation about anything. To this day, Yuji has no idea that that's his mom dad right here. This is his mom dad. No clue. Not a clue in the world. And I would have liked some type of dialogue back and forth, or at least like Kenjaku hinting at it. At some type of some hint or some vague statement that Yuji like ponders on for the rest of his life without getting actual confirmation. That would have been more fine with me than them never having any type of dialogue about Yuji, his past, or like anything. No, dead ass, this is the last conversation that they had before Kenjaku uses that shit and starts the culling games. This was the last conversation. He was talking about a new world is starting, blah, 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 blah. Not a damn thing. You could have said, boy, I pushed you out my ussy. I don't want to hear your shit, nigga. The fuck?
Stop
my fault.
making your head canons canon. It's not real. It's not real. Mental ill people are mentally ill, y'all. You gotta be patient with them. Gotta be patient with them. This guy said, I saw one saying that end of series Yuji can't hit the soul because of a binding vow. Oh my god. That's the whole reason why they won in Shibuya. The whole reason why they won in the end of Shinjuku. If Yuji wasn't there, he would be fucking dead. If Yuji could not hit the soul, Mahito would have literally fucking killed everybody in Shibuya. If it wasn't for Yuji, Sukuna would have fucking killed everybody. He was doing chip damage on his soul, basically doing like crit damage the entire time he was fucking hitting him. What are we talking about? Oh my god! There's people that legitimately believe that we need a remake of season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. They're not joking. They are dead serious. Let me break something down to you. Does season 2 and season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen look better than season 1? In my opinion, yes. Yes, it does. I like the direction more, right? Satoru Goso, my guy.
Who?
That's my guy. That's my guy. Gosso's my guy, right? There's positives and negatives for Mappa saying, "Hey, season 2 is such a success. We're gonna go hands off. We're gonna let you cook." With season 3, right? There's positives and negatives. There's things I like and I don't like. But to say that we need a remake of Jujutsu Kaisen released at the end of 2020 is one of the most foolish fucking things I have heard this side of the Mississippi. That show looks better than 90% of isekai slop that comes out in the modern day right now. There's so many fantastic cuts in that show. There's not a one cut that looks like bad and subpar. There's some weird cuts in there for sure, but it is extremely well animated. There's no repeating frames or anything like that, right? There's one, I think, with Yuji punching the camera, but besides that, that's it. Soundtrack's phenomenal. Now, do I like the art style at the moment? No, I don't like the art style of season 1. But when I was going through it, I didn't read Gege's art at the time. I didn't know that we were getting season 2 and season 3.
Hold up. I actually like the art style of season 1. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like a very healthy blend of 2D and like partial 3D. Like I would say like maybe 85 to 90% like hand drawn, and then the rest is 3D animated, so it gives like that 360 perspective, in my opinion, better than the other 2 seasons. I actually like it, but it may not be everyone's cup of tea. That's fine, but I just felt like, at least with certain fights in season 1, I could understand and see what's happening a lot more versus certain parts in Shibuya, mainly the Sukuna and Maharaga fight. There was like so much shit happening at that time. I had no clue. Like at some parts I was just kind of lost. I never had that feeling with season 1, but you know, that's just my opinion. It's either here nor there.
which are much more accurate to Gege's art style, but it's serviceable. I don't like how glossy and everybody looks, and it looks very, very juvenile, but like the art style is fine. The art style is fine, I promise you. And like you go to like Volume 0 looks great as well, but Mappa went all in with season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. You have niggas like the Tokyo Ghoul fandom that would kill to have something like that. One Piece looked like absolute dog ass for like 20, 15 years. Until it got like modern animation. I mean, like, yeah, you had some like cuts here and there that were pretty decent. But other than that, the One Piece art style, it wasn't all that great. Like got Wano, Egghead, etc. You know what I mean? Like, what an absolutely spoiled idea to think that you deserve a remake of an already great season. Y'all niggas is ungrateful, man. If I was Gege, I would give y'all shit. I wouldn't give y'all no extras, no nothing. Listen, if he doesn't go through with the sequel series after Modular, I wouldn't blame him, because y'all are insufferable. You want to know how I knew we had an issue, especially now with Modulo being out, is I have gotten multiple comments with people telling me that Yuka is a better Tent Shadows user than Megumi.
Okay. All right. Yo, is this nigga shirt off? Yo, bro. Wait. No, there's too much shit happening right now. Nah. Take was crazy. Take the shirt off is even crazier. I'm just gonna leave it.
Multiple people talk to me, try to tell me that they like Tsurugi.
Yo, where your shirt go, dog?
More than Megumi, for no other reason other than the fact that she summoned Mahoraga against Tabura, who hasn't even won the fight, by the way. So we have no idea how that battle's gonna even go down.
Yeah.
But just because she summoned Mahoraga, people think that she's a better Ten Shadows user, and they're dead ass. They're 100% serious. How did we get here? I struggle to think that people actually think this way when I have repeated comments telling me the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I'm more inclined to be like, you niggas are fucking idiots. You don't, bro, get the propaganda out of your fucking ear hole and come to understand, okay, listen, if you like Yuka more as a side character than Megumi, that's fine. That's fine. But just off of power scaling feats alone for something that hasn't even been proven true yet? No, man. No. Also, I apologize if I'm shirtless. I was about to get in the shower and I got mad again. I keep cutting in with this video and getting mad because I just...
No, I feel that. Yeah. I feel that. It's ridiculous.
Fans, I love y'all, but y'all are some of the most brain dead fuckers on this planet. I swear to God. A vocal minority. I want to speak out of turn. I'm getting crazy. I'm getting amped up. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh my God.
Yeah, go support the man, the real OG Daffy. You know, I appreciate a lot of his takes because he calls everything out for what it is. You know, he spits the facts. And I hate to bandwagon, but your boy would like some subscribers too. You know, be sure to go ahead, like the video if you enjoyed the reaction. Bring a comment, say any of your dumb takes. If you think that I said anything incorrect or misleading, or anything that he said that was incorrect or misleading, let me know in the comments and I will block you. I'm kidding. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one, and peace.